feeling lost, overwhelmed, and frustrated? You started your business with excitement, enthusiasm, and now you are feeling disheartened, starting to lose hope, and thinking about having to apply for a job that you hate. You look at your partner and remember when you had so much fun together. You think to yourself, where did you go so wrong? What happened to us? We just don't seem to have time to talk anymore. How can you have it all by keeping the business running and having the income to support your lifestyle? After all, you have a lot of financial commitments. However, you are losing out on connecting with your family and friends that you care about, not even to mention your health. It's not your fault and you're not alone. Now let's join Lee in the office.
I've experienced this myself, spending all of my time working long hours and stressed out about my financial commitments. I decided that things were going to change, and through investing in myself and being fully committed with mentors, I have now created the business of my dreams. Life is too short, and you deserve to have the business that will support you and your family. I now have the freedom that gives me the choice of hours, location, and who I work with, also with my purpose and money, and you can have that too. I believed in the value of investing into myself and my business. I gained back more of my time to reconnect with my family and friends and have the business that gives me the results and peace of mind. I put my life back into perspective and still maintain the business growth that we are after, to create a business that will operate and function without you, so you can have it all. It is time to do it differently. When was the last time you invested into yourself and started to work smart, using proven formulas and a blueprint to create results in your business? Investing in yourself will give you the freedom that you're so desperately looking for. The freedom to make choices and having the lifestyle that embraces all areas of your life. Feeling balanced, connected, and relaxed. Are you in business already? Or are you thinking of starting a business and wanting to take that leap of faith? Or you're in the position at the moment that you're scaling up? Well, you're in the right place right now. Hi, my name is Lee. I started my business back in 2001, so after 17 years, my business has evolved and has changed, has innovated throughout that time as well. I remember when I first started in 2001, I started as a personal trainer and I absolutely hated my job. I was a public service job and I absolutely hated it. And I was so excited to actually leave and become a business owner. And I thought the world would just have a fantastic time and everything would work out well for me. So I was approached by my personal trainer who asked me to go into partnership with him. And after 6 weeks, he came back to me and he said, hey, by the way, Lee, I didn't want you as a partner at all. I just wanted your money as an injection. So $100,000 I had lost in 6 weeks. No superannuation, no job, no clients, no business sense. So I had to learn to become very resilient throughout the years of being in business as well. Now my business transformed many times during those 17 years. I started off as a personal trainer, moved into NLP coach, moved into corporate arena where I did a lot of working with senior executives, doing team development along that way as well. But one particular time that I enjoyed was working with the NICE program where I was their trainer and coach. And the NICE program is for startup businesses who are actually supported by the government. So I spent 6 months and I started to understand that a lot of people who started in business, I could actually see their expectation was not real. They had unrealistic expectations. They thought just because they were good at their skill level that they would be successful in business straight away, and they were wrong. They were a bit like me when I first started with the roller coaster ride up and down because I really didn't want to do this marketing and this sales stuff, this stuff. And I just started to want to live on hope marketing. I would hope that things would change. I'd just wait for the word of mouth, the referrals to come tumbling in, and I could just focus on what I normally focus on. So I got tired of the roller coaster ride and I decided for the last 2 years to truly invest in my education, and I studied with the top marketers within America and Australia to understand how to strategically position myself and apply myself with the marketing strategies that I could actually create and work on with low budgets. And this is what I'm about today for you. So today, what I have done just recently, I've created a series of 4 videos, and in that series of 4 videos, I'm going to take you through a process to actually take you and guide you through some strategies that you can build your business on a low budget. Now, today's strategy that I'm going to take you through is the build phase as well. But I want to ask you a question first. Why did you go into business? What was the reason why you went into business? And what are the current challenges that you're facing at the moment as well? Hey, scroll down below into the comments area and write down some of your challenges and the reason why you went into business. So let's start the presentation now, shall we? So it's all about how do you build your business on low budgets. So let's just start at what I'm going to cover today. So what I'm going to cover today, I'm going to cover your vision. It's so important to know your purpose and your vision. And not only understanding your purpose and vision, then we're going to cover a few of the basic stages your business is going to go through and the building blocks. And then we're going to finish off that with some tips to help you to actually stand up and become visible and stop hiding within your business as well. So may I ask you is, what is your vision? What is the purpose why you went into your business? You see, having a vision is going to fuel you, because there's going to be times when you're going to experience setbacks, where things are not going to work out for you straight away. And this is very normal, because the only way that you can learn to move forward in your business is also to understand that we need to have resilience and persistence, that when we do get setbacks, that we don't allow them to stop us, that we still move forward. But when we move forward, we gather the learnings from that. But if you're not fueled by your vision or your purpose to step up and have the business that you want to have, then obviously you're not going to be able to withstand those setbacks. You're going to start to have defeat. Remember, there's no such thing as failure. The only time that we fail is that when we decide to give up. So what I'm asking you for first of all, start really thinking about what is your vision. Start with the end in mind as we start talking about Stephen Covey's work. So we have to know the end in mind as well. Now, we all know about Anthony Robbins. We all understand about the power of manifesting, the power of being able to create your dream first. And once we create the dream, then we set the steps in process to actually create that as well. So a strategy that I would highly recommend is just beginning of every day, just take 5 minutes out, sit down and start thinking about, what do I want to achieve today? What are some of the things that I want to achieve in my business that's going to drive it closer to the vision, drive it closer to my dreams, so I can start to create the business that I love? So the power of being able to manifest, so important. The law of attraction comes in there as well. And I think most of us understand that as well. But the most important, crucial part of it is you need to take action and you need to implement the knowledge that you've got already. And you know what? Most business owners don't do that. So let's move on here. So after we look at the vision, then we need to look at these 6 areas that we need to move in. So the first area we've got here is we've got to build our business. Then we have to go through the engagement stage. Then we go through the monetizing stage. Then we've got to convert. Then we've got to automate. And then we systemize. Now, all of these stages are all crucial for us to have success within our business. When we start looking at the build stage, not only are we looking at our business model, and when I talk about building, I'm talking to you about having the model that adds value so you stand out from your competitors. So what can you do differently at the moment that's going to allow you to stand out from what your competitors are doing as well? Remember, if you don't add value, then you have to then go on price. And there's always going to be someone, a new competitor within the field, who will undercut you, undercharge you, and then your profits, you'll have to keep on lowering your profits when you know that you're worth more than that. But if you start to add value and you are able to articulate that as well, then you're starting to build your business so that you start to create that reputation and people start to understand that the credibility of what you do as well. Not only do we have to focus on building our business, our models, we also have to start to build on our following. People have to see us. They have to understand who we are. They have to be able to, we have to stand up and become the leader and stop hiding. So it's all about standing up and being seen. So if you're sitting behind your computer and you're expecting people to come and find you, I'm really sorry, all you're going to hear is crickets, honestly. So being involved in business, you have to be proactive. You have to be going out there and attending things like networking events. You have to be doing all these different things so people start to see you. So let's step up. Let's really step up and move from being invincible to invincible, shall we? So once you start looking at your building, now we've started looking at building our tribe, we're looking at building our following, we're building our authority, we're showing people that we know what we do and we're demonstrating that, and we often do that by giving away free information. When we give away free information, it's doing us for two things. It's positioning ourselves as the expert, because today's formula is people don't like being sold to. However, people are always wanting to spend money, because why have we got such a big national debt? I think it's something like $25 trillion in debt if we don't like spending money. So when someone says to you, we don't want to spend money, well, that's completely crap, because we spend money all the time. And Australia has one of the top highest debt per person in the world. So we do spend money. We only spend money if we think things are valuable. So therefore, when we're building our business, we have to build in it why it's more valuable, what's the added value, and we keep doing that, and then people then start to trust you, they start to like you, they start to know you, and they start to know that you have a reputable business and they will do business for you as well. Now, the biggest mistakes were when I was taking the NICE program and teaching all the startup business were they didn't want to do the groundwork. They didn't want to do, planting the seed and the harvest will follow. They simply wanted to jump straight to I need to get clients. So when you start thinking about that and you're forgetting all the build structures and the strategic positioning that you need along the way as well, then obviously you're not going to get the results that you're after. You're going to be extremely disappointed. Now, being a business owner, to start with, we don't have large budgets. Like the big companies, they have large budgets and they can do advertising because they have the budgets and the finances to actually to be able to do that. But as a business owner, we have to do things organically. Now, when we start doing things organically, yes, word of mouth is fantastic, but if you've got no clients, you're not going to get word of mouth. So therefore, you need to start to understand the strategic positioning and thinking that when you implement, it'll drive your business to be successful along the way as well. So in the build stage, I just want to cap one more time. We got to create the awareness first. We got to create the product comes next. So then we got to make sure our product is, good quality, good value along the way. We also have to build our business model, and then we have to build our following. So people got to know who we are. Now, why is McDonald's so successful? McDonald's, it does not sell hamburgers. McDonald's sells franchises. That's why they're so successful. That is why they can get away with the food not being as good as maybe your local market nearby. Because McDonald's is about franchises. It's not about food. But what they do is, to add value, they contribute. They contribute to McDonald's house. They're contributing to the community. Like often you'll see they'll have a day where they'll donate so much money from their burgers into a charity fund. They have a really, really good management system that they take their people through, and they teach them how to manage and support each other as well. But the main thing what McDonald's is systemised. Everything is to the exact moment, like how long the fries are in the water, everything is systemized. So I'm going to ask you right now, have you got structures and systems in place? So it's going to make your job easier and become more effective so that you can actually create a business and stop just having a job. So let's move on to the next one, shall we? So I want to leave you with some tips. So here are just 8 tips that I want to leave you with. So if you look at these tips, and the most important thing is take away this information and implement it. Don't just think about it. The very first thing, your tip number 1 is you've got to know who your customers are. Who are your customers? What are their pain points? You know, how can your business solve an issue, solve a problem? You know, can your clients pay for your business? Like I was talking to someone just recently, one of my clients just recently, and they wanted to help the homeless. And I said, that's fine, you can help the homeless, but you can't market to the homeless, they've got no money, that's why they're homeless. So you have to actually start to adjust your target market then to government grants, you know, people who have charity that support those sort of organisations as well. The second tip is you need to look at is how can you add better value? How can you add better value so that you can bundle things together and people just see so much value and so many bonuses by coming on with you that they're going to select you over their competitors as well, and you're going to stop discounting. Stop discounting. The next number 3 is you have to nurture. You have to nurture your existing customers and look for new opportunities. Do you know that only 1 to 3% of people will become your customer the very first time they actually come in contact with you? It's proven results that it takes between 8 and 12 touch points before someone will actually become a customer for you. So therefore, if you haven't got a automated emailing, nurturing campaign that's happening within your business, you're not going to do those 8 or 10 touch points. And trust me, you don't want to be ringing them up 8 or 10 times saying, hey, do you want to buy now? Because they're not going to like that, because no one likes being sold to. So you need to start looking at how, you know, what type of program are you going to create to nurture your clients in as well. Social media. Guys, you've got to be tax savvy today. It's all about social media. It's about building your profile, you know, whether you choose to use Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter or Instagram, you know, whichever one you choose for your business, you really, really have to have the ability to use social media. Okay, and another tip I want to talk to you about is attending networking events. You've got to meet face to face. You've got to meet belly to belly with business owners, because that's the fastest way to build rapport and also to build reputation. And you know what? If you host events yourself, they're coming to see you. They're coming to the event to see you, and you start standing out as the authority. So this is why I teach a lot of my clients the way to actually fill their workshops and also to create their networking events. So they're the authority, they're the focus of the event, and everyone wants to meet the influencer. So you start to become an influencer when you step up and take the lead role with events. So I highly, highly encourage you to create events, and then also to build communities. I know at the moment I've got a Facebook community. It's only been going just over 6 months, and I've got 1,000 followers in my community already, because I had strategic thinking. I had planning that I put in place, and now I'm in a position now to start to monetize my community as well. And along the way, you have to start to measure and track. You measure and track what's working for you. If you're not measuring and tracking and you've got some sort of documentation, then what happens is you don't know what to change and you don't know what to modify. So therefore, you don't know what's working and what's not working. And this is where we come back to systems again. Remembering that systems run your business and good people run your systems. And that is why when people buy franchises or they buy businesses with systems set up already, what happens then is they're much more successful than a person who has no structure and has no system along the way as well. So my next video that I'm going to come up with as well, we're going to talk the next video around how we can actually monetize, and also convert. Because hey, there's no point in having, all of these people having 10,000 followers following you and yet no clients. I'd rather have 10 people following me, having 10 people who are clients and having no clients at all. So again, it's a structure about monetizing. Everything you do, there needs to be a purpose. There needs to be a reason why you're doing it and a strategic planning and thinking along the way as well. And you may throw your hands up in the air and go, you know what, Lee, I just haven't got any time to do this. And I understand that you don't have much time to this, but you know what? If you don't make time and if you don't plan, your business will never move to the next level. At the end of the day, I ask you right now is if you put time aside and you start working on your business as well as in your business, then you're going to actually have a business and not just a job. Now, if you've got a business, that means that you can step away and the business still operates without you. If you're working as a job, that means you're doing everything yourself. And as soon as you stop working, you want to go on holidays or you get sick or anything else like that, straight away your business falls into a heap. And when you come back from having that great holiday, you've got the catch-up thing that you've got to do. And you probably think in your head, what's the point of actually having a holiday now? I've now got to do all the catch-up as well. So really set time aside. You need to set time aside. And working with the mastermind group, what I have as well, we hold you accountable during that time as well. There's 7 levels of accountability in our program as well. So I hope you've enjoyed today's session. So today's session, remembering, I want you to scroll down the bottom and the comments, and I want you to put down a couple of insights that you gained from today for me. And I want you to keep an eye out because coming up is our next video. And our next video that's coming up is all about remembering, it's about engage and monetize, and that will be coming through to your inbox in the next couple of days as well. I look forward to talking to you again in the next section. Take care.